Moi, it's Turku Yoga Guide here. In this session, we will first learn Tadakasana, that's the pool pose, and then we will also explore the shoulder stand, Sarvangasana. And the shoulder stand might be a quite demanding pose, so remember to respect your body's limits and take it easy. And it's always better to do less than try to do too much. Let's start with the Tadakasana, and that's a pose where you're lying down flat on your back. So Tadakasana is similar to Samastitihi, the equal standing pose. In this pose, you can either point your toes or you can flex your feet. But remember to choose one of the options instead of just letting your feet to be relaxed and there is no awareness all the way towards the tip of your toes. So either point your feet or flex them. And if you are flexing your feet, remember to keep your heels on the floor so you are not hyper-extending your knees. Keep your inner thighs together as you draw the sitting bones together to activate the Mula Bandha, and also draw your pelvic floor in towards yourself to activate Uddiyana Bandha. And now you're also trying to curve your lower belly to create a pool shape. So you can imagine that there is a raining falling down towards your belly button, and it stays in your lower belly because you create a pool with your lower belly. And you should also arch your lower back just slightly, so it's a little bit off the floor, so you are not rounding and pressing the spine against the floor. Place your hands next to your hips, palms are facing down, activate your arms. So try to externally rotate your shoulders, so you get your shoulders towards the floor by bringing the shoulder blades together. Lengthen your spine from the heels all the way towards the top of your head. So this is Tadakasana pool pose, a preparation for the shoulder stand. And first, stay here for 5 in and exhalations. And try to feel how the breath takes place still inside of your chest, in your lungs. Once you have learned Tadakasana, you can start lifting your legs off the floor. This might be already enough for you. And keep your legs up for the following 5, 8, or even 10 breaths. If you want to proceed further, press your elbows firmly on the floor by your sides and try to lift your sitting bones, your hips, your pelvis, and your butt off the floor, and then place your hands on your back. Try to keep your shoulders still firmly on the floor, and this is the shoulder stand, an inversion where your heart stays below your hips. So you have inverted your body upside down. And in this pose, your heart must be pumping blood more forcefully in order to get the circulation going on in your body. And in this pose, also the blood is circulating towards your brain. And if you stay here long enough, the extra oxygen in the brain will clear your mind. If this is too much for you, lower your hips and place your hands underneath your lower back. You can stay here for 5, 8, or 10 breaths. And then slowly roll down vertebra by vertebra. The hardest part is to get your hips off the floor. And now I will show you few options how you can practice that. So in this first option, we are using the wall. So face the wall and lift your legs up against the wall. Place your hands next to your hips and press your elbows firmly on the floor. Remember to open your chest and keep the shoulders on the floor. You can bend your legs and press your feet firmly on the floor, and now elevate your hips off the floor. You can bend your elbows and place the hands underneath your lower back, and then you can first try to straighten one leg up. Stay here for 5 breaths and then change and straighten the other leg off the wall. Once you feel comfortable here, you can try to take both legs off the floor and stay here. If you need some support, place your feet back to the wall. So this is an option for you to practice and keep your hips above your heart and your brain. If you have some problems with your neck, you can also use a blanket to support your upper back. So take a blanket and place your shoulder blades on the blanket. So your head is not on the blanket, but you have your shoulders and shoulder blades on the blanket. And in here, remember to roll the shoulders down towards the blanket. And this way, once you have elevated your upper back, it gives you more space for your neck. So you should never be pressing the chin down towards your chest in order to place the neck on the floor. The neck should be off the floor and there should be the natural arch, the curve in your neck. So let's do Sarvangasana again. Press your elbows firmly on the floor. You can bend your elbows. Keep the legs together. First raise straight legs off the floor and then with the support of your elbows, elevate your hips up towards the ceiling and then place your hands on your back to support your shoulder stand. And stay here for 5, 8 or even 10 breaths. And then slowly you can bring your legs over your head and slowly roll down vertebra by vertebra. You can place the hands on the floor and then finally you end up back in Tadakasana, the pool pose. So in this session you have learned 2 poses, Tadakasana, the pool pose, and also Sarvangasana, the shoulder stand. In next session, I will teach you 2 more shoulder stands. So make sure you practice this one before you proceed to the next session. Kiitos, moi moi!